Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the next anime review. For this one, we are taking a look at Anohana, the flower we saw that day. Now, to be fair with you guys, this anime is amazing. Just simply amazing. Why is that? Well, let's get into it. First up, the story. Our story begins with Menma. She is returned from the dead. No, by the way, this is revealed in the first episode. This is not a spoiler. Unless you don't want to be spoiled to the series itself. In other words, oops. She's returned from the dead to grant a wish that she left unfulfilled. She has no idea what this wish is, and she employs the help of her friend Jinten and the Super Peacebusters, who have all gone their separate ways since Menma's death, and all are dealing with some emotional grief, one way or the other. In actuality, the story is really complex, and really emotional. To be fair with you guys, I've never cried so much in any media ever. And I've been around and I've seen a lot of media for a long time, and this is the thing that made me cry the absolute most. That's a testament to how good this is. Now, are the characters as good as it? Kind of? Alright, let's start off. The main character is Jinten. Or Jintan, I can never quite get his name right, but he is the character that everyone looked up to when he was a child. He has since, though Menma's death, and another thing I won't spoil, has become pretty much a Higeki Mori. He stays inside all day and does pretty much nothing but play video games and all that. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I think he is my favorite character in the show. He feels very relatable in some situations, and to be very fair, he's a character that I think the audience is meant to sympathize with. And truthfully, I think that's done fairly well. The next character I want to talk about is Menma herself. Oh my gosh, this character is adorable. Just seriously, this character is so adorable. And it makes you feel very bad for her situation being, dead. Sorry if that's very blunt, but that's the truth. She's dead. And you feel for her plight, and you feel very sorry for her in this situation. And quite honestly, I rather enjoy the character. If Jinchen and another character I'll mention in a moment weren't my favorites, Menma would be. Also, the chemistry between Menma and Jinten are great. Just great. I loved every second of their screen time together, and I really was enjoyed with that. Next up, we go with the character Popo. I love this character because in some ways he kind of reminds me of me. Not necessarily physically, but emotionally, the guy is really reminiscent of me, and I rather liked that I could relate to this character. The rest of the cast, sorry if I'm not mentioning the rest by name, they have another few characters to go through and I really don't want to talk about them, but I guess I can. Why not? Next up is Anju, I think? Sorry if I can't remember her name, she was the one. At first she looks like a typical tsundere, but as time goes on, you get to learn why she's that way, and it's really actually heartbreaking to kind of see why it is that way. And, well, our character isn't always sympathetic. I do rather like the character. Talking about unsympathetic, let's talk about Yukitasu. I don't like him. At least that's what I would have said at the very beginning. Now, I don't hate him, but I don't necessarily like him either. But but I actually admit he became very understandable with his motivations, and I rather liked that. The only of the main characters I really didn't like was the one with blue hair whose name escapes me. And I really don't want to bother trying to learn her name, so sorry about that. I'm sorry, I just don't like her character. Kind like Yukitasu, I find her very unsympathetic. But unlike Yukitasu, who's understandable, she's less so for me. Sorry, but I couldn't get to like her. The rest of the side characters here and there, they serve their purposes well enough. I wish they could have had more development, but you know what? That's just me. The animation in the show is gorgeous. Definitely one of A1 Pictures' best. Sometimes it looks a little off, but you know what? I still rather enjoyed it, and that's all I'm asking for. Also, the scenery looks gorgeous. Just saying. Next up is the music. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about the OST of itself, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. But both the opening and ending theme are great. Just perfect. And I loved every second of it. This show. A show that has made me cry 5 times. A show that I don't think I can ever see something like it again. A show that was fantastic. Guys, I rarely say that this anime is one of the best ones I've seen, but this is one of the best shows I've ever seen. And in terms of slice of life parts of it, this probably is one of my favorite slice of life anime, period. If not my favorite slice of life anime. It's fantastic, has fantastic characters, fantastic story, pretty good animation, and pretty good music. Overall, this is one of the most fun I had with anime, especially in the later episodes. And that ending, guys. Okay, I know there are probably a few who are like, yeah, this ending's overrated, and I didn't cry, and it's ruined the ending for me. Guys, this ending for me was one of the best things I've seen of the show. I enjoyed it greatly, and I hope I could see something like that again, but I don't think I'll see it again for a while. But seriously, that ending was emotional, and I cried the entire final episode, just saying. But that ending was beautiful, so emotional, and so satisfying for me. And I couldn't have asked for anything more. I give Anohana a 9 out of 10. A fantastic series that I recommend for anyone. Though be forewarned, it will leave you with a bit of a void once the show is done. So you get that. Anyways, that's all from me. This has been Star 6 Wars 1, and I'll see you guys next time.